Morning Quad Cities.
High water vehicles and barricades so that we can quickly move in to areas.
Moving fast, how people in Houston are preparing for a massive storm system.
And testing the limits, how local storms are causing some big problems.
Plus, we have a live picture outdoors as we get ready to start the day. It is Tuesday, June 16th, 2015, and welcome in here to News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities. It's 4:30 a.m. I'm Jonathan Ketz.
And I'm Julie Sis. Thanks for joining us.
A couple of things happened. Do we want to give away who won?
Let's just do it.
Let's
We're
do it.
celebrating.
We're going to read it a little bit later.
Yeah.
But go Hawks!
Go Hawks. Blackhawks won last night.
Right, which is wonderful for all the hockey fans, but also for you because you put that challenge on yourself. It is over. He can say lightning all he wants.
See the no lightning rule
Ripping up the
is
paper.
officially over. And Joel, our floor director this morning, he has got a bell much
like you have.
This one. So every time I say lightning, a bell will go off and an angel will get its wings.
You
won't have to pay $10.
You were actually good luck to the Hawks winning. We were concerned that you would actually be bad luck because
I would feel really, really bad if I jinxed it somehow, but congratulations, Hawks fans, you got it this morning. This morning we're also being dealt with a winner of a weather day. We've got clear skies, 65 degrees outside right now. Our forecast for mostly clear skies, 76 at lunchtime. We'll look for a high of 82 degrees, but guys, we'll be watching for more shower and thunderstorm activity coming as early as late tonight, and we'll get into that in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you, Eric. The National Weather Service has issued flash flood watches for 15 states across the country. We have our extreme weather coverage here on Good Morning Quad Cities. Millions of Americans from Texas up to Chicago and across to New York are bracing for dangerous weather today, including residents in Texas who are bracing for a storm system churning in the northwest Gulf of Mexico and officially becoming Tropical Storm Bill. Houston's mayor spoke about the potential impact and the preparations being made.
Most of the bios and our various bodies of water are within their banks. They can accommodate some rain. And we have the ability to pre-position high water vehicles and barricades so that we can quickly move in to areas that, as we see, localized flood conditions.
Houston has activated the city's emergency operations center to level 2. The storm system is expected to make landfall Tuesday morning with high winds and up to 8 inches of rain possible. Our Quad City Flood Watch also continues today as the recent rain takes a toll on river levels in the area. Right now, the Rock River in Moline is just under its 12-foot flood stage. It's expected to crest at nearly 14 feet by Thursday. There's also moderate flooding on the Wapsie River near DeWitt. It's more than a foot over its 11-foot flood stage and is expected to rise a few more inches this week.
In Rock Falls, all of the rain is actually overwhelming the sewer plant. The mayor is asking residents to try to reduce their water usage, including toilets, sinks, anything that flows into the sewer system. The city is expected to update residents at 9 o'clock this morning. The city water supply is said to be safe, but once again, leaders are asking people to keep water usage to a minimum until that problem is fixed. Heavy rain also caused some flash flooding at the intersection of Federal and River Drive in Davenport. Water was pulling over the streets in that area, making it a little difficult for drivers to get around. In Mercer County, 125th Avenue that runs next to the Edwards River was closed due to the flooding there.
Police are trying to find out who is behind hate crime graffiti spray painted in some prominent areas of Abington, Illinois. And as News 8's John David now reports, investigators wonder if it's a case of children making bad decisions. A city crew has been able to remove most of the graffiti from the signs.
Money from the federal government could help get rid of the one-ways in downtown Davenport. City leaders have applied for an $11 million grant to convert 3rd and 4th Streets to allow two-way traffic. The switch would likely cost around $18 million. It would include bike lanes, LED lights, and roundabouts at some of the intersections. Today, the public is invited to hear more about roadway improvements planned for US 6 and Illinois 84 near Kelowna. Project leaders will review the construction staging and traffic plans for the project to reconstruct the intersection of US 6 with Illinois 84. The project also includes adding turn lanes and traffic signals. The intersection will be closed early next month to build the new pavement. The open house runs from 3 to 6 tonight at Kelowna City Hall.
A member of the current administration is taking over the reins of the Moline School District, at least for now. It is a part of your school zone coverage here on Good Morning Quad Cities. Last night, school board members voted to have Assistant Superintendent Lanty McGuire take over as the interim superintendent for next year. Right now, McGuire is in charge of the district's human resources. It's the third meeting in the last 2 weeks to determine a replacement for former Superintendent David Moyer, who's leaving to become the new superintendent of schools in Elmhurst, Illinois.
It's the most major decision that the school board can make. And with it being unexpected that we filled this in, and 4 brand new board members had a lot of catching up to speed and the process to learn and go through, as well as the candidate selection and some interviews and all that.
McGuire also applied for the job in 2012 after Superintendent Cal Lee left. McGuire has been with the Moline School District for 15 years.
Well, topping your voice, your vote coverage this morning, there could be another name in the race for president today. Billionaire businessman Donald Trump is expected to announce his plan to run at an event at Trump Tower. Trump was in Davenport last month. He spoke to a crowd at a Republican fundraiser. Trump is expected to be in Iowa later today following his announcement. He'll hold an event in Des Moines. Jeb Bush has officially announced his bid for the White House. The former Florida governor made his announcement in Miami Monday, joining the ever-widening presidential field.
I'm a candidate for President of the United States of America.
If elected, the Bush clan will become the only American family to have 3 members elected to the highest office in the nation. But Bush isn't a clear frontrunner. A national CNN ORC poll released earlier this month found him virtually tied at the top of the field with Senator Marco Rubio.
Chicago Blackhawk fans celebrated the team's win of the Stanley Cup last night. The streets, of course, were flooded with joy in Chicago. Take a look at the scene outside of Wrigley Field last night. Chicago defeated the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-0 in Game 6. Blackhawks take the Stanley Cup for the third time, that is, since 2010. Beat Tampa Bay 4-2, playing at home, taking the best of 7 series in 6 games. 5 of the 6 games were decided by a single goal, a close series. This win marks the first time since 1938 that the Blackhawks have taken the cup on home ice. Congratulations to them. Still ahead right here on Good Morning Quad Cities, best in the business.
What American company was voted to have the best reputation?
Lightning, 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 lightning. Lightning, lightning. New floodboardings are out for a couple of local rivers. We'll let you know more about that when these rivers will crest. We're not done with the stormy weather pattern. We're leading the way with accurate weather coverage with some lightning. Check this out, guys. Fans weren't the only ones filling the streets of Chicago last night. Flooding, heavy rain right into downtown Chicago. I think people around here, we know not to drive in flooded waters like these folks are. Just find a different way around. Just park your car, take a cab. That sort of thing. Here you see a tow truck trying to, I think he's probably trying to get the drain unclogged because that can do damage to your car. And we don't want
There are plenty of people just driving around through it.
I know.
One of the interesting things that I was watching the Hawks game last night, the Stanley Cup was actually delayed getting to the UC last night because of the storm.
Because they were using it to, no, I'm just kidding. You would never use Lord Stanley's Cup that way. Because of the floods. Let's just move on and show you the story.
They're filling it up with some other stuff.
Guys, we have the bell ready for lightning.
Too.
You know, so we are ready to go. Am I up to 10 times yet? 10 times saying lightning? I got to make up for borrowed time. Here's a look at live Doppler radar. We don't see any shower or thunderstorm activity until you get down here towards St. Louis, where we've got 171 lightning strikes going on right now. That continues to pull away from us. We've got drier skies and 2 thumbs up today. No rain in the forecast through 10 o'clock tonight. Yee-haw. But for tonight and into tomorrow, that's when our rain chances will come back, unfortunately, and we are going to continue with this nasty weather pattern that will bring more chances for rain. I do want to show you the Rock River, which is now under a river flood warning. This goes from the Sterling Rock Falls area all the way south. I want to show you what happened during the overnight hours right there. Do you see that really swift rise of more than a foot? So the water level came up a foot. just during the overnight hours. It's expected to crest here by about 10.7 feet later on today. Now, I want to show you down here toward Joslin. Do you see how it came up to almost 12 feet now? We'll head to 15 feet. So it's going to go up 3 feet from where it is now. And that all flows down here toward Moline. So let's show you Moline, now up to 11.7 feet. But now this is going to go up to 14. So that is not far off the record in Moline. So that's 2 feet roughly below the record. So if the water came up into your house last year, okay, it probably will come up very, very close this year. We're talking about perhaps a major flood, and that's if we don't get any more rain, all right? So 65 degrees right now in the Quad Cities. It's actually very, very nice that we've got dry skies planned for you today because it won't add insult to injury. Now, here's the deal, is we don't want to see rain come back too quickly into any one of these river basins. I think if any place that we would like to see the rain is down to the south and the east. The Illinois River is already at flood too, but if these fall down into central and eastern Illinois, it will move away from us. Gentle northerly wind out there this morning, and that's ushering in a drier atmosphere. In fact, the upper Midwest continues to see drying, with the exception of down here along Interstate 70 from St. Louis to Indianapolis. For tonight, showers and thunderstorms coming back with this front. So that would be way late tonight. We're talking after midnight. So right as this warm front drifts toward us, there could be a shower or thunderstorm by tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon could be a shower or storm as this front comes through, especially Wednesday night, early Thursday. But you notice it doesn't completely clear through the area, and that could mean some problems. Also, this area of low pressure will be the remnants of Tropical Storm Bill, but it looks like this front should shield us from a lot of that heavy rain, which is actually very, very good news. Today, mostly sunny, a gorgeous day, and a high temperature around 82 degrees. Tonight, thunderstorms possible again. We're talking well after midnight, especially towards sunrise, 62 degrees. Could be some heavy downpours there as well. Tomorrow's storms not terribly widespread. There will be some around, but it looks like there'll be more dry hours than wet. Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, that's a better shot at seeing shower and thunderstorm activity. And then as we look in toward the weekend, there will be some showers and storms, especially Sunday and Monday. We keep most.
This morning, concerns over global and domestic issues drag the markets even lower. The Dow Jones lost 107 points, putting it back in the red for the year.
And investors are concerned over the ongoing stalemate between Greece and its creditors, as well as this week's Federal Reserve meeting on interstate rate policy. Today, investors will get a fresh reading on housing starts, and on Thursday, the May Consumer Price Index, which will provide key data on inflation. Now, a new survey lists that Amazon is the U.S. company with the best reputation. The survey judged companies on factors like innovation, workplace, and delivering expectations. Other companies making the list include Kellogg's, Lego, and the Fruit of the Loom. Not doing so well were McDonald's and also Walmart.
Well, Gap announced it will close 175 stores in North America this year, leaving only about 800 open. The clothing and accessories retailer will also lay off 250 employees from its San Francisco headquarters. The closure will not affect brands that Gap owns, such as Banana Republic and Old Navy. Gap has struggled since its former CEO, Glenn Murphy, retired in 2014.
CVS Health will acquire Target's pharmacy and clinic business for $1.9 billion. Over 1,600 Target pharmacies in 47 states will be rebranded as CVS Pharmacy. Target will also be looking for several new locations to open small format Target Express stores that would also have a CVS Pharmacy inside.
Slow sales and falling gasoline prices have prompted Honda to stop selling gas-electric hybrid and natural gas-powered versions of its Civic compact car, due to other automakers getting better mileage out of gas-powered vehicles and the recent drop in gas prices. Honda is having to rethink the eco-friendly design. Honda plans to start selling a sleek-looking new Civic in the fall that will get a little more than 40 miles per gallon in highway driving.
Still ahead right here on Good Morning Quad City's National Health Rankings.
Where Iowa stands and what the governor wants you to do about it. Stay with us. You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities. This morning, Iowa is changing its effort to make state residents healthier. Last year, Iowa's national ranking fell from 10th in the nation to 16th. healthiest. Despite action by the governor's Healthiest State initiative, kind of took some steps backwards. Today, the governor announced, though, a new health assessment program allowing schools, businesses, and entire communities to take an online assessment. The site will then immediately give feedback on how there are resources available to help people get healthier. The governor says he has a big weight loss goal coming up.
I have found my khaki uniform, and it's still got the starch in it from Fort Bragg in 1971, and they're going to have a big event in Forest City this summer in August. So my latest goal is to wear the khaki uniform to that event in August. So I would always need some kind of a goal in order to work hard to achieve that. So yeah, we want to get the governor's office actively involved in this as well as.
He's taking part too.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, good luck to him and his goal. The governor announced the initiative in 2011, saying healthier Iowans could save the state up to $16 billion in health care funding over 5 years.
Well, moms stressed out about going to work and sending children to daycare can now breathe a sigh of relief. A Harvard Business School study shows that leaving your child to go to work is actually better for them. Researchers found that daughters of working mothers grow up to be more successful in the workplace than their peers with stay-at-home moms. They also earn more and are more likely to be bosses. Sons of working moms are more likely to grow up contributing to the child care and household chores.
A new report on how many Americans die each year from smoking reveals shocking numbers despite the Surgeon General cautioning against the hazards of cigarettes. A new report shows that smoking contributes to an estimated 170,000 deaths from cancer in this country every year. According to another study, the health risk of not getting enough sleep is just as bad as smoking. The World Health Organization says a bad night's sleep increases the chances of stroke or heart attack if a person gets less than 7 hours each night. Researchers looked at men in Russia with no history of heart attacks. They were twice as likely to suffer a heart attack if they got poor sleep, and they were 4 times more likely to suffer a stroke than people who regularly slept well.
A new study says that staring at a screen most of the day can lead to certain health risks for your eyes. According to new research from India, dry eye can be a result of excessive computer use, but a survey published in the journal Contact Lens and Interior Eye showed that those who can take fish oil can experience a greater reduction in symptoms and have healthier eyes.
We may finally get a break from the rain today, and Eric will be back with the latest on the forecast coming up along with today's weather kid.
But first, here's one of the events we want to spotlight for today. The band Pair of Coveralls will be showcased tonight at the Rusty Nail in Davenport. The show starts at 6 p.m. and tickets are free. You're watching the Quad Cities First News on Good Morning Quad Cities on this Tuesday. It is the NBA Finals in full effect. Tickets are in high demand, but one young man, that is, went above and beyond to attend the game.
Right, since his family only had 2 tickets to the game. It was Game 5, and it was agreed that mom and dad would go to avoid any sibling rivalry. His older brother and sister out of town, baby brother devised a plan, and it worked. There was a catch, though. He had to dress like his mother. Look at
that.
He did a great job. The seats were right behind the Cavs bench, so the hope was that he would not be recognized by his siblings. He says the wig was a small price to pay to see his Warriors play.
And kudos to the mom for letting him go, right?
Yeah, that's true, too. She had to agree to that.
That 2-shot was great. The 2-box with both of them.
I don't know if I just like
picture.
that. Here's our new weather kid of the day. We got Cashton, isn't he? Now, don't go too high, Cashton. There's only one. Don't forget sunscreen if you're going to be out, especially for the kiddos today, too. You may not remember about them. 65 degrees this morning, 82, lots of sunshine. I'll let you know when thunderstorms will return to our forecast coming up.
Right. Thanks, Eric. Still ahead of Good Morning Quad Cities, small but significant. How a tiny piece of evidence could have a huge impact on the prosecution of Tim McVeigh.
We have that and more during the 5 o'clock hour right here of Good Morning Quad Cities.